What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. Okay, guys, so I guess I'm talking about the topic of the month. I've seen it all over forums. I've seen it all over YouTube, and despite the fact that it's not a new topic at all, it's still one that I might as well put my 2 cents on, and that's the prize structure and Yu-Gi-Oh! And I don't think anybody is in love with it. I think most players think it sucks. But, you know, I'm really going to focus more on the regional circuit and not the YCS level. And the reason I say that is because I've never felt like the YCS is a good barometer for the competitive player. And I simply say that because, you know, I mean, yeah, there are about 10 YCS per year, but if you live in certain areas of this country, you may get an opportunity to go to 1 or 2 tops. You know, if you live in areas like Great Falls, Montana, where you live in like the Northwest, I mean, you may have 1 YCS in a bordering state in the span of, you know, 18 months. I mean, that's just really not acceptable. You can't just, you know, expect one person to drop everything they're doing one weekend to attend that event. Regionals are much more accessible to pretty much anybody, because even if you live in a state like Wyoming that doesn't get events, chances are you live in a bordering state that does. You know, so regionals, pretty much everybody has the opportunity. They're a little smaller, so I mean, you have a pretty decent chance of topping if you're really competitive, good, and you playing enough of them. Now, I do understand that, you know, Konami obviously scaled back prize support when they restructured the entry fee to like regionals. I mean, for those of you guys who've been playing for a while, it used to be $15 and you didn't get any packs. Now it's $20 and you get 5 packs. That's everybody. So clearly the extra $5, you know, that has to incorporate the price of the packs and stuff like that. The problem that I'm having with regionals is the fact that if you looked over the last couple of years, it's not just that prize support isn't good. It's that prize support has actually gone backwards. You know, I don't know if you guys know, but basically when you play the top 8 match, I mean, everybody in top 8 gets the regional mat. And for the most part, these regional mats are pretty fantastic. So I like those. But you know, it used to be a binder, you know, way back when. It used to be actual packs, and now it's gotten so low to the point where, I mean, you're basically dueling over a deck box. I mean, are you serious? You know, especially when you're at these 500 plus events, you're telling me that I was one of the 8 best players in this entire event. That feels like a very big accomplishment to me. I mean, that feels like I did something very, very special. And after 8, 9, 10 grueling rounds of dueling, you know, I'd like to have a little bit more to show for than, you know, a shitty ass $6 deck box that looks like something that was straight out of a, you know, Taiwan sweatshop. You know, and I feel like it would have been easy and more acceptable had they simply just shipped out more packs. You know what I mean? Like back in the day where, you know, everybody in top 8 used to get half a box. But for everybody who's kind of clamoring for, you know, cash prizes and stuff like that, I understand that's not going to happen. Konami just doesn't want to do that. But you have to also think, even though they say that they're not making any money off of these events, at the same time, you're still running the #1 trading card game on Earth. You're making buckets and buckets and buckets of money, and part of that is because of the competitive game. So I feel like, you know, throw the players a bone. I mean, if you're not going to, you know, give out more cards, if you're not going to give out cash, then give something similar to cash. I mean, you know, why not give out $25, you know, gift cards to like Walmart or to, you know, various places that, you know, people like Amazon or something like that. And maybe that can be awarded to everybody who top 8s. You know, it can even be something as simple as more themed things that, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh players want, like the little shitty deck box that you get now. I'm sorry, that just doesn't fly. I mean, could you imagine if they would do like custom sleeves? I think a lot of players would, you know, find that pretty acceptable. Maybe if you got a custom binder, custom sleeves, you got, you know, 12 packs of whatever the latest booster set was, and then you got a top 8 mat. I think most people would say, okay, that's not that bad. Or if they just started making, you know, higher rarities of some of the highly sought after cards that you can only obtain by top 8ing regional. I mean, that seems, again, like a really good idea. You know, could you imagine if like, you know, a Molten Glacier, but it was like a super rare Molten Glacier, but you could only get it by top 8ing. I think most people would like that. So, you know, I'm wondering what some of you guys' thoughts and opinions is, because, I mean, honestly, I really hate the way the prize structure is now. I feel like, especially when you go to these events in California where, I mean, your whole day is spent Yu-Gi-Oh-ing, you know what I mean? From basically 5 in the morning to sometimes 2 a.m. the next morning, and all you have to show for it is, you know, at the end of the day, you got to duel over some shitty ass deck box. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And maybe the PTOs have to demand more, because I know they're making a lot of money. You know, those events in California where they have to turn away hundreds of people, and it just seems like over the last year, haven't you noticed that every single state seems to be breaking its record for, you know, biggest regional? I mean, this game is clearly growing. For everybody saying that Yu-Gi-Oh's dying, no, it's not. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll talk to you later. Oh, and because of measures out of my control that require me to take trips to Atlanta, Orlando, Nashville, and Baltimore, I'm bringing back the whole click and ad campaign. Yeah, those are not for leisure. They're strictly for business. Job interviews, guys. So click an ad, and thank you very much.